I want to talk. I want to talk about the biggest long play in the history of history, dude. If I'm reading this right. Now, you know how I feel about like backstories, so these stories are not to be believed or disbelieved. I mean, they're stories, enjoy them. But if you want to take any of these stories as truth, dude, this was set up fucking beautifully. Well, what do you mean by that? Glad you asked. Let me tell you. So I've been doing some studying on Gnosticism and Gnostics and all this shit, what they believe. And in doing so, it led me down to some books that apparently were taken. All these books were taken out of the Bible, by the way. You have to look them up. Any book that's banned is worth reading, by the way. So long story short, in one of these stories or tales, pretty much Jesus tells the prophets, the 12 disciples that go out here and preach the word. He pretty much tells that they all have these weird dreams, and they come to him and ask him, well, there was 12 priests that were sacrificing their children, sacrificing their family, sacrificing their wives. And Jesus pretty much told them, he was like, yeah, that's you, because you're getting ready to go spread false doctrine to the world. And it kind of took them aback. So, long story short, dude, Jesus supposedly said there's going to be a generation, right? A generation that restores the kingdom. Now, if the 12 disciples were not part of the generation that restores the kingdom, and Jesus pretty much told them, you guys are about to go out here and spread a bunch of false bullshit. How fucking incredible is that? Now just take a step back, dude, because for storyline purposes, this is the goddamn biggest long play in the history of history, period. So, dude, this is crazy. Like, do you fully understand this? This was a long play. Like, this was set up brilliantly. So again, you know how I feel. I don't personally believe the backstories, but I believe the backstories tell the future, if you know what I mean. So, while I don't believe the backstories actually existed and they're actually a part in history, which they could, listen, I'm just enjoying the story. So, but what I like to do is connect the history with the future. You know what I'm saying? So, it's there. The more and more I look down this road, and the more I like study this and try to figure this out, because I went down a very long period where I didn't listen to anyone or anything. Like, I went out of my way to avoid YouTube videos. I went out of my way to avoid books. I went out, like, not books, but I went out of my way to avoid things where there was a perspective put on top of it. So, now that I got my mind together, I want to go study these more because, dude, they just back up everything I believe and say. They back up everything I have said, everything I believe at the core of me, and it's just like, this just verifies it more and more and more. So this was like, I just wanted to come on here and make a quick video because I like, this is the goddamn biggest long play in the history of history. And we are that generation. Do you get this? We are the generation that's going to restore the kingdom here. Now, take Jesus out of the equation. No, don't do that. Don't do that because you are Jesus. Don't take Jesus out of it. Take that representation of Jesus out of it and realize what we're about to do. So, yeah. Dude, this is like, Alright, one more thing and then I'm going to end this because I can't drag this out. Bryce Vine, if you guys have not listened to Bryce Vine, go listen to Bryce Vine. This dude puts out incredible music. It's like chill music, it's good vibes music, it's truth music, it's storytelling music. I'm probably going to react to one of his music videos that he just put out called The American Dream. And it's an amazing video. Go watch it. But it is a game of form in the play of life. I am you talking to you. I love you dearly and deeply. Wake up.